welcome to the Songwriter Journal. I think we're on number 26 now. It's been a minute, so welcome back. I'm Rob Edenbow, singer-songwriter. I play acoustic guitar and harmonica. I write songs in the style of country folk music. Do a lot of cover songs from all genres and try to sound something like Chris Stapleton or Steve Earle or Jason Isbell. I talk about what I'm doing in terms of songwriting in this. That's kind of my theme, the Songwriter's Journal, my songwriting. But also my career, which is in the infancy stages and just starting and starting to gain a little bit of traction. I got a couple gigs this summer I'll tell you about here. And if you like this sort of thing, you like seeing somebody who's starting out in music and trying to make a living, give me a like and a subscribe. I'd appreciate that. So I'm going to start out with my focus over the last couple months. It's been on gigs. I've sent a lot of emails, somewhere upwards of 100 here this year. Been trying to focus on Sunday and Monday as the main 2 days to send emails, cold emails for gig inquiries, and I've managed to get 4 or 5 lined up. Did have one canceled. One place that gave me a few gigs. I've known them for a couple years. I've played at their open mics. Open mics are a great way to get open a door, get your foot in the door. They see you. Not that I've had much success with it, but in this case, it's pretty sincere. I got 3 gigs signed up this year. The first one was a weather cancellation because all 3 of them are supposed to be outdoor. The second one went very well, and I'll touch on that here shortly. Third one was scheduled from a cold email where somebody recognized me from open mics I did at a place they used to work, and that one was also outdoors. A little cold that night. And the third one here was a place I did open mics at. They didn't know me though. They had just sent out a request for someone to play, and I jumped on it. Let me tell you about it. So the first place is a bar I've gone to for a couple years now to play at. The open mics. They only do it once a month. But I've been talking to the person who runs the open mics and does all the booking. I actually met him from a cold email where he signed me for a one-time gig about 2 years ago. And ever since then I've been coming to their open mics. I did not do much of anything last year. I was kind of wallowing in the depression and was way off track. This year I'm back on again, going to his open mics and talking to him about maybe doing another gig for him. And lo and behold, he came to me one night after an open mic. He said, stay, don't go anywhere. He said, I got some dates for you. He gave me 3 dates. So, wow, persistence and maintaining your contacts, continuing to reach out and express interest, really paid off for me on that one. The first one was canceled due to bad weather. They had tornado watches coming through, and could have been pretty ugly. They're out in the boonies, so it's a good way out from where I live, over a mountain, down in a valley, and it's very rural. So bad weather could really have gotten me into some trouble had I had that gig. I even tried it, The second one, though, went on as planned. The only problem with that one is, as I'm driving out there, ran into some construction at a couple different places, and right as I'm at the peak of the mountaintop, ready to go down into the valley where this place is located, they've got the only road I know blocked off. I'm guessing a traffic accident occurred. Who knows what was going on. So I had two other options, neither of which I knew how to get to where I was going. So I picked I picked one of the options and just went driving, trying to get my damn GPS to load up, which it would not do. Just tragic fate there. It should have loaded. I mean, I followed GPS to get to this bar before. Today it would not load. So I'm just driving aimlessly, following this highway through the mountains. And I got to a place where I noticed a number of people turning left. And I thought, I bet you they're all going in a detoured route like I would like to do. So on that assumption, I went ahead and turned left with them. I couldn't get my GPS to load, but what I did get was the GPS to show me a map of the area and where I was. So I was able to see where I was and where the bar was that I need to go, and kind of plot my own map, even though it wasn't giving me directions. So I got there. I got there on time, thank God. Uh, it all worked out well. I did actually try calling the guy that booked me to tell him, hey, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. I might be late. I might be on time. I'm making my way there. I got some silly message he had on his answering machine. It was like Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice saying, "You can't reach this guy right now because he's pooping." He's a real musical professional. God love him. But anyway, I don't know what he thinks. I haven't spoken to him since the night he had booked me. He didn't reach out to me to see how the gig went or anything. There was someone there taking his place, though. They know I was on time. They know. I think I got there about 15 minutes before downbeat. Bam! Set everything up. I had to go to the bathroom and take a dump myself. I got all that done and still hit downbeat right on the money. Um, Turned out to be a good show, except it was 95 degrees and humid. Like clothes sticking to me, kind of hot. Second gig I had was at a place that, as I mentioned, they had seen me play an open mic at another bar that they used to work at. They responded to my cold email saying, "Hey, I recognize you. I got a spot if you want to grab it." Then they changed the date. Originally it was August on a Friday, and they said, "Look, we're going to do singer-songwriters on Sundays. That's a brand new thing we just decided. How about you do it in June?" Okay, so I have to say it went well, except it was pretty chilly that night. It was outdoor on a patio. Again, this was in June, so the weather here in Pennsylvania was really fluctuating wildly, from excruciatingly hot to, pretty cold and windy. A lot of rain in June rather. So there was no rain the night that I played, but it was pretty chilly. I did not put a jacket on or anything like that. Some of the people that were out on the deck with me, the customers, they did wear sweatshirts. I don't know, I might have played to a dozen people or something throughout the course of the night. I think there might have been a dozen there at the beginning because there was a table filled with a birthday party. Of course, someone asked me if I could do the birthday song, which I don't know. I can sing it, but I can't play it. I mean, if you want to use a microphone, or even I'll lead you. But I think the waitress wound up getting them all together and leading the song before I actually had my start of my show. Yeah, I've learned the song. It's not in my repertoire. I don't keep it up on my fingertips, ready to go. And honestly, I'm not thrilled about having it, but I know it's a necessary evil, so I'll get it and keep it at some point here soon. But I'd have to say the show went well. Both these shows that I'm telling you about, they both had a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but of the people that were there, the only comments I got, and I got comments at both of them, were good comments, positive, saying that they really enjoyed the show. So that really felt good. And then the third show I've done this year was a spur of the moment thing because I'm following a number of venues on Facebook, and I'm also following groups that showcase local talent or local live venues local venues that host live music. So somebody had put a post up saying that this was like a venue a booker, a talent buyer, put a post up saying, my act backed out for tonight. It was a guitarist, singer. Is there anyone else interested in doing it? And I looked at some of the posts. I mean, it said that this post had been put up maybe 2 hours before. And then there were a couple of posts asking little things about it. The most serious one said, like, well, what kind of genre do you do or do you host? And the talent buyer said, well, we do all sorts of genres. Give me a call, and posted his phone number. I thought, no post showing that the gig was taken, so I called the phone number, and he immediately said, yeah, sure. And he started asking me, like, what kind of genre do you do? I don't know if he thought I was the guy that he was talking to or not, but he booked me, like, on the spot over this phone call. He needed someone that night. And I have to admit, I was not planning to do a gig. I don't know if saying I did not want to do a gig was the right way to say it, but I had planned on spending my day practicing, or just, I was off. I didn't have to work, so I just had other things on the agenda. And by taking this gig, everything had to come to a crash stop, and whatever I had on the agenda, whether it was laundry or whatever, can't be done. I've got to get my act together for tonight. But my act was pretty much together. I already had a 2-hour playlist arranged, and I didn't change it because I'd done it these other 2 gigs that I mentioned to you. Didn't change a thing. But I brushed up and got my chops ready, and gathered the gear, that sort of thing, and went out and did this thing, and it went over well. Again, blazing hot and humid at this gig, clothes sticking to me, especially my jeans. I wear jeans at these gigs. I do not want to wear shorts. I want to have long pants. It's just part of my brand and what I do. So in June, July, August, on days when it's in the 90s, that's not a good thing. So as a result of that gig, which was my second one this summer, that was just too hot to hardly breathe, I did go ahead and order a couple pairs of pants off of Amazon that were lightweight. Trying one of them out tonight. The one I got on tonight's got, I guess, a lot of nylon or synthetic in it. They're hiking pants. The other one I got is more of a linen base, but it's mixed with whatever cotton and stuff. It's not a straight linen. Don't have to get it dry cleaned or ironed or anything. Trying them out. Going to experiment with some open mics. So the story this year has really been my health issues. I started out the year right at the turn of the last week of the year. I came down with this prostatitis. No idea what it was. The most horrible pain. I'm not going to go into describing the pain here on this forum, but it's ugly. It's real ugly. It's humiliating, and I don't wish it on anyone. I had to do a month of antibiotics to get through that, and then at the end I had to go on another antibiotic because they found I had a urinary tract infection, and they wanted me to see a specialist, a urine specialist, and they found that because I'm over 50, they looked for prostate enlargement, and they found that was going on, so they decided I need to be on a medicine that shrinks the prostate for the rest of my life. So, but that should prevent a reoccurrence of that ugliness. But I had to do a colonoscopy and an upper endoscopy. The colonoscopy because I'm over 50, and I did my first one for my over 50 visit last year, and they said you got to come back a year from now as a follow-up because there's some stuff we just have to follow up on. And I also needed to do the upper where they go down your throat because I had reflux pretty bad. But they had to be 2 different, because of my insurance. I mean, this is the American Healthcare Center system. They made me come into 2 different appointments for this. So I was intubated 2 different times. The colonoscopy, where they go up your butt, they found that what they were looking at last year was this polyp on my appendix right at the entranceway. They said, we can't remove that doing a colonoscopy. You got to get a surgeon to go in there and take that out. So that meant going under anesthesia a third time this year, and I'm still recovering from that. It was a little over 2 weeks ago that I had that done. They did these 4 poke holes in my belly, and went in there and took my appendix out and a little piece of the large bowel where the appendix hangs off of, and they stapled that together. So it's been one thing after another this year for me with health. So that's slowing me down, and I'm in bad shape. I really need to go on a diet and start exercising, taking better care of myself. I used to do that. Kind of fell away when I got into the depression phase here after my divorce. But I am looking forward to getting back on track with taking better care of myself. Um, let's see. So I've been doing a little bit of promotion here for myself in terms of my career in general. I'm reaching out, doing gigs, booking gigs through email. I'm going to continue doing that. I'm really on a little bit of a roll here. I've still got one more scheduled for August. This is July right now. I did print up some flyers, like I had them professionally done. I designed it myself. Not the best idea, but yeah, it was a starter thing, and I can write dates and places on there. It's just a generic thing that I can reuse. I have to have more printed every time, but if I get 25, 30 printed up, whatever the minimum is they ask you to do, it doesn't have to all be for one particular show. You've got the ability to write 30 different shows, and you can give it to each venue, and they can hang it up in their bar, or, on their little billboard, clipboards, whatever they have, where they have flyers up for acts that are going to play. And it's me presenting myself the way I want to be presented. Some bars don't advertise you at all. I had one this year already advertise me as Rob Songs. Rob, first name, last name was Songs. I think they got that from my email address. I don't know. I think my email is Rob Songs. I don't even know. Off the top of my head. I mean, I don't ramble this stuff off the top of my head real good, but yeah, relying on the venue to kind of promote me isn't a good idea. I know a lot of venues don't promote you at all, so even that place, even though it was a misnomer, it was better than nothing. I've definitely been on the Instagram more. I just picked that up here, especially in the last month. So what I'm doing now is I'm shooting a series of videos of me doing the songs off my album, and only a minute, 90 seconds to maybe 2.5 minutes, a song and a verse from a song, and then I'm doing 30-second spots, like another week's worth of 30-second spots that I can put up, kind of describing how I wrote the song and what it's about. So the second one's up now, but I'm going to do all 11 songs from my album, which is kind of cool. I've gotten, I don't know how they do their views. I guess anybody that scrolls through it, but they're showing couple hundred views for each of the videos, and I'm getting 2 to 5 likes on each one. Mostly people I already know, but I've gotten a couple new folks from these little posts explaining what the song's about. So I'm kind of hoping that builds followers. I plan to do a lot more aggressive techniques to build the followers in the future. Some of that might be paying Facebook and Instagram to boost the posts, or to find target audiences that I want. But just as far as playing what I'm playing, doing what I'm doing. Right now I haven't put any budget behind it. So I have mentioned a few times on my social medias now that I do have a new song I'm teasing. I started out writing dragon songs a couple years ago. I wanted to look for something that would be a good brand for me and a good niche to get into. I really feel like that's how you build a career in music. And I was fortunate enough to have locked into things that I'm really interested in. I've been interested in since my childhood. So the Dragons was a big one, um, and in doing that, I decided to one day, about 2 years ago, like I said, this was a while back. It was before the album, way before the album. I wrote over one weekend, like in 2 days, I wrote 3 Dragon songs, all of which were pretty good, and I was doing them in open mic nights. Two of them I decided to keep on, and actually recorded. They're on the album Blind Dragon Sings. So the album's title, Blind Dragon Sings, plus these two songs, started developing a dragon theme, which I hope to expand into a medieval fantasy theme. Actually, I had a third song that was not a dragon song, but it was medieval fantasy that I really wanted to get onto the first album, but I could not make it work as much as I tried it. And I tried a couple different days with the producer, and it was me. I kept failing. I couldn't even start the song, play it through, and finish it in front of him. It just was not meant to be. So I've dropped it. It's like an albatross around my neck. It's never going to see the light of day. At the time, I really liked what I was doing with it, but I think I'm not any worse off for moving on. And just, there's so many songs I write that will never see the light of day. It's like I might write 100 songs and like anywhere from 5 to 10 of them. You know what I mean? That's the way I do songs. I'm not afraid to write a throwaway, hopefully complete it, and you got to kind of evaluate for yourself whether or not it's something you want to go forward with. What I do is I like to play them, learn them over and over again, ramming it down into my head and my fingers till I can play the thing. And at that point, I start doing rewrites. And once I have something, I get in front of people at an open mic and I start playing it. If it feels okay, and especially if I get some positive feedback, this thing could be played multiple times at open mics and could maybe wind up one day being on an album. Depends how I feel about it, how people respond to it. I get to play it for. Of course, I play it for my family, mom, dad, my brothers. I put it up on social media sometimes for followers to weigh in on. So I've got this one now that I wrote in December, and I'd really like to put that out there. And it's a dragon song. When I wrote this thing, before I even wrote it, what I had done is I decided I wanted to write more of these songs and really explore this brand. I kept failing at trying to write these things, and finally I came up with a story that I wanted to tell in the song, and went through a couple iterations of that, throwing out the songs every time. In December, I finally wrote one that I didn't throw out, but I didn't like it, so it was saved as a voice memo in my phone. Several months later, I decided to go back and listen to it. And not even that. I went back and just listened to all the songs that were in my voice memos. I found two that I wanted to revisit. This one and one other. This one I found the words to, the lead sheet, the original writing. The other one I can't find in any of my notebooks or anything. It's vanished. So if I'm going to capture it, I'm almost going to have to listen to my recording and try to rewrite it and figure out what the chords were. It's, when you go back a few months and you haven't touched it, it's, for me anyway, it's a little difficult. I don't have the best memory. But I like it, and I decided I want to record this thing. I decided I want to record it with some backup singers and some musicians that I pick and get this thing released. So I'm probably going to look at a local studio, because the place I went to before is an hour and a half north up in Shamokin. What's even further north than that? It's Newumberland or something like that. Northumberland? I don't know. But it's above Shamokin, Pennsylvania, and I'm down in the south of Lancaster here in Lampeter. So yeah, it's a 90-minute drive. I have folks that have come to my place that I might ask to join me for this, but none of them have gone way up north like that, and that's a big ask. So I'm looking for a local studio. Have one in mind. I'm going to reach out to them. I've also got an idea for doing a video for this thing, and it's real low budget, lo-fi video. But it'll be my first video for a song. I'm going to do it on my phone. No idea what I'm getting into, but going to try it anyway. Anyway, the name of the song is Return the Phase, so watch for it. I'm really hoping to have this thing out by the end of the summer. Let me get to what I've got written for you this time around for this video. I don't want to run this thing over a half an hour, and I'm already at 25. Let's see. Where's the song? Where's the song? Good God, I don't know if I can read it in this light. Getting on towards late at night. Oh, I hear fireworks going off. Alright, this is in the key of D. It's called Ain't Going Nowhere Fast. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to read it like this. So let me turn things around here and get some light behind me. I'm not going to fart around with the editing here at this point. Maybe I'll edit it. Cut some of this out. Maybe I won't. There we go. A little light. There's a Marshall dog. He's going to join us. Hopefully I can see the song lyrics here and sing this thing for you. So I decided I'm going to write some songs. That light's probably pretty bad right behind me, huh? Maybe that's a little better? I don't know. Try this over here. Alright. So I got a music stand here with the words on it. Just wrote this thing last night. I wrote it this morning, sorry. I wrote this morning. I wrote 3 songs today. Really spent my day doing that. Didn't get anything else done. No laundry, no dishes, no grocery store. Just writing songs. Can't really do a whole lot, honestly, because recovering from that surgery, I only have a 10-pound weightlifting restriction. So anyway, it's called Ain't Getting Nowhere Fast. Love runs deep. You follow it all you want. Do you even know what you want? You probably don't. The emotions, like a river that's racing by, you're jumping over your head, you'd sink or swim. In love again, abandoning all reason, abandoning all logic. Give me another chance. I've waited for answers, an opportunity, ain't getting nowhere fast. Standing on the edge, the jump might be suicide. Well, knowing if it's safe, but you'll probably live. In love again, abandon all reason, abandon all logic. Give me another chance. I've waited for answers, an opportunity, but ain't going nowhere fast. Give me half a chance. Ain't got nothing to prove. All I am is a man. Hope that's all you need. In love again, abandoning all reason, abandoning all logic. Give me another chance. Waiting for Got her done. That was a big thing. Let's find my beer. We're gonna do a little toast and say sign off here for the night. Amazing, we haven't had that many fireworks, and then the night I go to record, they're all out here popping them off. Guess that's how it works, huh? Oh my. I had a bunch of other stuff I wanted to say tonight, but you know, I've rambled long enough. We're at a 30-minute mark here. So, I'm drinking Weyerbacher Merry Monks tonight, one of my favorites. I know I've showed it before. Good beer, Pennsylvania beer. So here's to the future and new creations. Here's to the present, living our dreams. Here's a big fuck you to the past. It was good while it lasted. Alright, y'all. It's been a few months since my last Songwriter's Journal. I've plans to do at least 3 here in the not too distant future. Got plans to do a lot of songwriting. I'm hoping to write at least 10 songs here in July. Right now it's the 13th, so I mean I'm already at the halfway point through the year, through the month. I've got 3 songs written, got 7 more to write. I'm taking a week off in the middle of July, starting this coming Thursday. So I got good optimism I'm going to be able to write these songs. I'm also planning to do a Songwriter's Journal while I'm on vacation, and then one more before the end of the month. So please like this video, please. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube. I know this is all talk I'm doing here at this point, but talking things into reality is kind of the way I do things. Alright, man. Love and peace. I love y'all. Take care.